Welcome to my channel. My next request, and in fact all the rest of my requests, are from Arkfinity. And this first one is of Monsters and Men performing Dirty Paws. P-A-W-S. Dirty Paws. We watched what for me was the first one I'd ever seen yesterday, and I just found the visuals incongruous to the song and actually distracting, where I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics because I was watching what was going on the screen. So it'll be interesting to see if this is a departure from that or more of the same. But before we get into that, I do want to thank you for coming here. I mean, that's the least I can do is say thank you. And remind you that I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist. But I put the link to the song I'm reacting to in the description of the video. My mind slowed down for a second there. Weird. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia if I can find anything that's relevant. Usually I do, but not every time. And I also put a link to the reaction request form so that you can request reactions if you want to. I don't take requests from the comments. If you put one in the comments, I'm going to reply with a copy of the link to the form for you to fill out. Because that's how we do it on my channel. So this is of Monsters and Men performing Dirty Paws.
Jumping up and down the floor, my hair is an animal, and once there was an animal. It had a son that mowed the lawn. The son was an okay guy. They had a pet dragonfly. The dragonfly ran away, but it came back with a story to say. The tiny paws and furry coat, she ran down forest slopes, the forest of talking trees. They used to sing about the birds and the bees. The bees had declared a war. The sky wasn't big enough for them all. The birds, they got help from below, from dirty ponds and the creatures of snow. Scared down in their homes. The forest that once was green was colored black by those killing machines. But she and her furry friends took down the queen bee and her men. And that's how the story goes, the story of the
Okay. Well, they had lyrics this time, so I got the whole song. I'm not sure what it was about. The image that was going across the screen was not a dragonfly. And yet that seemed to be what they were singing about, was the dirty paws. I don't think dragonflies even have paws. So these guys are unusual. They're interesting. We've got several more requests for them, so we're going to get to know them better. And I'm going to have to reserve judgment until I've seen some more. But right now, they seem a little weird to me. Maybe it's because it's so cold up in Iceland that it kind of freezes their brains or something. I don't know. They are outside the norm. Let's put it like that. We'll see. We'll get to know them a little better. We'll see what the next one's bringing, whether or not it's more of the same or something different. That was an interesting story. A little weird, but still interesting. I pray that God, among other things, will put a hedge of protection around you. Build a fortress that protects you from the evil one, that surrounds you completely, and it's covered with moats on the outside, so it's really hard for him to get in. And as long as you stay inside, you're safe. The moment you walk away from God, you're on your own. But if you stick with God, you're protected. That's how it works. And I can tell you from personal experience that it's inevitable. It is inevitable that you will walk outside at one point or another, because that's what humans do. They just don't. No matter how much you love God, you just got this stupid inside of you that wants to go out on its own and do its own thing. And that's called sin, by the way. Sin is not what people think it is. It's not, things you can put names on, like adultery and that kind of stuff. It's separation from God is what it is. It's you walking away because you think you know better. We all do it. Every single one of us does it. I've done it many times. But at least I know where to go to get back in his good graces and to be protected again. And most of the time, nowadays, that's where I hang out, because I've been burned enough. I've learned. And I hope that happens to you as well. I pray that it does. And that it happens to every person that you love as well. This is the Vietnam Era Vet. Out.